I review a lot of trusts and have helped clients administer untold numbers of trusts over my 30 years in practice. So, what do I like to see in trust, and what do I think makes a good trust, in my opinion? The short answer is that a good trust should make things very easy to find, and having a table of contents is even better. I also like to see where the beneficiaries are, the trustees, the trustee powers, and then also any restrictions on beneficiary distributions and restrictions on trustees and their powers. What provisions do I look for? I like to see good definitions of terms used in the trust, spendthrift clause to protect the beneficiaries. This means their trust portion is safe while it's in the trust from their creditors, among other people. I like to see clear provisions about who the beneficiaries are and how to distribute to them. Also, I'd like to see how to replace a trustee when we've run out of alternate trustees. And can we do this outside of court, or do we need to do a petition inside of court because the trust doesn't provide a good mechanism for that? I like to see a clause that transfers all of the assets, maybe with some specific exceptions like retirement plans, but transfers all or the bulk of the assets to the trust. Because then, if some assets are later found to be outside of the trust or things after acquired that didn't make their way into the trust, it saves us a probate and makes things a lot easier and cheaper during administration. Another thing, clear provisions about who the alternate beneficiaries are if someone's died. Are there provisions in there to get the best tax treatment for your beneficiaries? And then also any provisions that contradict each other. You'd be surprised at how many of these I see, and that can also make things difficult and may even require some court intervention to get things straightened out before we can do anything with the trust. Well, how about length? That's another question. I've had people complain about the length of the trusts I prepare, which are usually between 20 and 25 pages. I did have one client who wanted something only a few pages, and I just didn't feel comfortable taking out all of the language that's in there that, in my experience over these years, makes administration clear and avoids going to court and having to interpret a clause that the bank doesn't like, or more importantly, a clause the bank or third parties want to see in there that's not in there. Things are in there for a reason. Now, that said, there are forms out there that have 120, 150 pages just for the trust, and that's excessive to me and probably too wordy. There are others that are even longer. I've seen some with tiny type, no discernible structure, no table of contents, and God help that trustee and attorney, because trying to make sense of that and make sure you haven't missed anything in that jumble of words is very difficult. So I hope this has been helpful, and if we can help review your trust and see if there are things in there that should be and shouldn't be, give us a call.